Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good day to all of you. My name is Mohammad Fahmy and I'm from LSP 456 Group 8. I'm going to present to you my title, which is Seeing Beyond Purchasing Power Enhanced. And what does it mean by purchasing power? So does it ever occur to you that a dollar that you have in hand would have different values in different country? For example, 1 USD equivalent to 4.23 ringgit Malaysia, and 1 USD also equivalent to 14,336 Indonesian rupiah. The most interesting thing is more goods can be bought with 4 ringgit 23 cents, and more goods can be bought with 14,336 Indonesian rupiah. So this thing causes conundrums to economists all over the world. So what they do is they devise a system that can monitor this interesting phenomenon, which is they call as purchasing power parity. So the purchasing power parity is actually a measurement of comparing the price level basket of goods in a particular country to the US. So in reality, we have two types of GDP, which is GDP nominal, and another one is GDP PPP, which is purchasing power parity. So GDP means national income. So GDP nominal is the money that is the real money that you have in hand, means that physically, and the GDP purchasing power parity is actually the the value of your money that have been adjusted to the price level in the US. Okay, to explain this situation, okay, I'm going to use the Big Mac index. Okay, this is one of the most effective and the easiest method to explain to all of you. So, because this method is used because Big Mac prices would have different values in different country. So let's say the price of Big Mac in Canada is about $5.08, and in Malaysia it will cost about $2.10. So let's say that you are a man from the US and you are bringing $10 with you, means that you can eat Big Macs two times in Canada, but in Malaysia you can eat it about five times. So this is what we call as purchasing power parity. So actually there are several factors that dictates this situation and causing this disparity. Okay, one of the factors is autonomous spending. So autonomous spending is the obligation expenses that you have to got in a country in order for you to live prosperously, even though your income is zero, means that you don't have any money. Okay, so actually it comprises of mortgages, rent, and debts collection. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Like, so in Switzerland, the cashier would have about $4,000 a month. So imagine this massive amount of income in a month. But you have to remember the rental house in Switzerland also very high. So according to the data, the most rundown and the cheapest house that you can find in Switzerland will cost you about $4,000 a month also. So this will force many people to live in a commune. So that's why communal living is very common in Europe and not common in Asian countries like Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, so like I'm going to give you another example, which is Malaysia. Okay, even though our average income is about $1,000, which is very much lower than Switzerland, but the thing is, our autonomous spending is very low, which is the prices of house. You can find the cheapest one would cost you about $150 a month. So actually it would be much lower than what you are earning. So it means that your quality of life means it's going to be different. So that's why autonomous spending is one of the most important factors to check with this purchasing power parity. The second factors would be the non-traded goods. So what does it mean by non-traded goods? Non-traded goods includes utilities, minimum wages of labor, transportation, real estate, local transportation, and also construction. So one of the biggest domain in these non-traded goods is the minimum wages or the labor cost. So higher minimum wages would cause an implicit rise in price level of a country. Since the cost of hiring labor force is extremely high, so it will reflect on the price of the goods. For example, I will give you in Norway the minimum wage is about 7,000 US dollar. each person. So imagine that you run a restaurant and you have six workers, and including you would be seven. So each of you have minimum wages of $7,000. Even though the price, the raw materials that you purchase is very low, but you can sell your product with a very low price because of your wages is too high. So it will reflect also on the price of the goods. That's why it will cause implicit rise to your price of level in a country. And the last factors is taxes. So actually there are several types of taxes in the country that could affect the purchasing power. So net income is actually a disposable income. So means that net income is your income that have been minus with tax. So means all of the taxes have been minus, that is your real income, which is your net income. So actually in a country there are three types of income, which is income tax, corporate tax, and also um, ad valorem tax, or what we call in Malaysia is GST. So in certain countries like Sweden and Norway, their tax is extremely high with so it will be valued to 50 to 60% for every percent. So you could imagine what kind of detrimental effect that could cause to their income if the taxes are very high like that. So for corporate tax, actually corporate tax is imposed to a company. So let's say the corporate tax in a country, let's say a value about 30%. So imagine if you want to get $1 million, like your net income is $1 million, that you would have to you set a target at $1.3 million. So means that that extra target would cause the price level to increase, because you would have to put the burden into the price of goods that you guys are selling. So that's why the price level in the country could increase. So last but not least, the ad valorem tax or the good and services tax. So if the tax is higher in a country, such as like VAT in UK, it's about 20%. So it will cause the customer to lose purchasing power, because lesser goods can be bought because of the value of tax is very high. So it will affect the purchasing power also. So, in conclusion, the money that you have in hand does not reflect the buying power that you're going to have. So, the money that you are holding will be valued differently in different countries, as they have their own legislation, and they have several policies that dictates the buying power of a consumer in the particular country. So the moral of the story, we should be grateful of what we have right now. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.